Among many reasons that makes downtown Chicago a must-visit spot for tourists, horse-drawn carriage is no doubt one of them. Like a dream come true for the visitors when they get to sit on the carriages drawn by the horse, just like a prince and a princess from fairy tales makes the trip even more perfect.
It was quite enjoyable and relaxing, and I saw areas of the town or city that I wouldn't have seen otherwise.
It was interesting. We saw this a little bit the city. We had the chance to view the buildings, the main streets.
To be able to sit on the carriages, customers pay either $40 for a 30 minutes ride or $80 for an hour.
I feel very good, very excited. I'm glad that I take that ride.
All the horse-drawn carriage business has to follow the regulation by the City of Chicago, Department of Consumer Services, according to whom horses are not allowed to work more than 6 hours a day, nor under the temperature below 15 degrees or above 90 degrees. No operations during rush hours between 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. on weekdays.
I was, concerned about the horse. He's staying all day.
Sergey, 27, has been working for Noble Horse Theater for 10 years and as a horse-drawn carriage driver for 5 years. Before being hired to Chicago to train the horses for the company's horse shows, Sergey worked at a circus in Russia. While some professionals train the horses at the barn, the drivers have to take care of their big partners when they go out to work together.
If I know I have this horse for let's say night shift, I have to feed him before I going out. Before I take him, I have to clean him, I have to feed him.
Horses used for drawing carriages are mostly cold-blooded horses. They're relatively calmer than hot-blooded horses like the race horses. However, besides proper training, they also need some equipment.
On a bridle, we have those eye covers. It's block their visions. You can see only straight. Visions the way how they see either each eye. Yeah, either sides or straight. But if they look straight, they use both eyes. So that's why we block the vision from the side. So they just look forward. When they're getting older, they're okay, but when they're young, they're getting scared of the garbage trucks or buses. When they see the bus on the side, they're getting scared of it.
Horses have excellent hearings. When noisy horns from vehicles scare them to be unstable, drivers need to calm them down immediately.
You just need to talk to him. You talk to the horse so they hear your voice. They recognize your voice. They know they're not by themselves. And they trust your voice and they make them calm down a little bit. You hold them, you control them. We have 2 lines right here, see? And it's in their mouth, so if you're going to pull really, really hard, it's going to hurt them. But if it's going to hurt them, they're going to stop.
However, there are some others who do not think it's a good idea to slave animals for their own benefits. Debbie Hay, the owner of Antique Coach and Carriage, gets complaints from animal rights activists all the time.
It's a horse-free. It shouldn't be in the middle of downtown traffic and this and that.
Debbie has her own barn where she trains and breeds the horses for carriages.
They either get hooked with another horse or by themselves. They walk out the driveway, walk about a half a mile to the next cross street, maybe 2 miles, maybe 3 miles back. You might stop and talk to somebody and make the horse stand and get petted and, all kinds of things will occur while you're out. And then they're back.
The baby horses are introduced to the carriage skills at age 1, along with the training. They can start working daily when they turn 3.
You'll run into a garbage truck, and you'll run into a cement truck, and you'll run into just pretty close to traffic, and that's what the main objective is, to make the horse think that traffic is just no big deal.
Antique Coach and Carriage is one of the only 6 companies that still provide horse-drawn carriage services in Chicago area. Debbie shares her perspective of the future of this business. Will she carry on and pass it down?
Well, that's the problem. We're probably the generation that it ends with us. This is a industry with a lot of takes a lot of work, physical work. There aren't young people like us anymore. I don't foresee anybody taking it over.
Elliot, a humane education specialist for Anti-Cruelty Society, explains the situation of cases reported on horse mistreatment.
I know that a lot of folks don't like the idea of a horse-drawn carriage in today because, again, we feel like, maybe the animal is, being asked to pull too much or it's being unfair, when in reality, again, these are animals that historically have pulled heavy loads, and the technology that we have today actually makes it easier for them than before. Now, does that mean that the horse-drawn carriage today is, living a wonderful life with, everything it needs? There's still the potential for abuse. There's still the potential for neglect.